It's a beautiful morning, and you're a beautiful soul. And I can't sing for sure. Crack, right? Glass break. Good morning, you beautiful, powerful creator. How are you? How's your character? How's the mind? How are the thoughts? Are you becoming aware of these thoughts that are hindering certain actions in your life? That's what it boils down to. Are you aware of the story? I love you guys. Last night, I was watching a movie. You guys, and if you haven't noticed, a lot of movies, I've noticed the directors kind of sort of are trying to send a message, I think. Like a lot of these directors understand, I feel, are like Star Wars, right? With the light and the dark, with the movie Avatar, right? And also the movie Soul. There's a lot of movies that speak to us subconsciously, for those who have the ears to hear. So I was watching a movie last night. It was called Hurt Locker. Okay, the premise of the movie is based on some soldiers, a special unit tasked with defusing IED bombs, right? Those bombs that just explode, that were just putting them on the road in Iraq, blowing up countless US soldiers, right? So anyways, the movie is based around this small little special unit who goes around. This is their job, right? They go around. It's really dangerous, right? They're risking their lives every time they do this, right? And remember this, risking their lives, because I'm going to tie this in at the end on what I got out of this movie. So throughout the movie, they show different scenes of them defusing these bombs, right? A lot of the times it went wrong, right? Their friends would get blown up, shrapnel everywhere, right? So each time the main person who was defusing these bombs would get dressed up in the bomb suit, right? This big old beekeeper looking thing, and he would walk out, right? Slowly defusing these bombs. Woo, where do they come from? Anyways, so throughout the movie they have this, right? So there's one on the radio talking to the person who goes out, right, and does the bomb thing. So they have to clear a lot of area. They call it the safe zone, right? So anyways, throughout the movie, you notice their conversations between the person who's walking out to the bombs and the person who's directing them, right? He's like, man, how do you do that job, right? You're risking your life every time. So toward the end of the movie, after they've been in so many battles in which they could have lost their life, he speaks to him and says, man, every time we walk out there and do our jobs, it's like rolling the dice, right? Life and death, right? And then he looks at him. He goes, why do you do it? How do you do it? How do you find the drive to do this? The guy who does the job looks at him. He smiles. And then they switch to a flashback where the person the character who was defusing the bombs is speaking with his child, right? A little 2-year-old. And just to paint the picture in your head, the 2-year-old is sitting down, right? He has one of those little Jack-in-the-Box toys. You know, those little, right? The little thing pops out. Anyway, so he's speaking to his child, and he's noticing how the child is just so amazed by this Jack-in-the-Box toy, right? And the mystery of boom, when it's gonna pop out, right? So he's noticing that the child is loving such a simple toy, right? He's just enjoying anything, and he talks. He sits down to the kid, right? He sits down to his baby, his son, and he goes, you really like this toy, huh? Yeah, it's enjoy it now, son, because when you get older, there won't be too much things you're gonna love, right? So he looks at him. He goes, there will probably just be 1 or 2 things you love, right? And then they pan out, and then the movie ends with him getting dressed up again, putting on his suit to go out and defuse the bomb. He looks at the camera and he smiles. And the movie ends. So what I got out of this movie was that when we're children, right, everything is magical because we're not so programmed, right? We don't have so much pre-programmed pictures in our head of what we label things, right? So that mystery is lost, right? And this is why I stress it's so important to have this connection with source, with truth, because this connection is what you are. This cannot be severed by any event, right? So what I got out of this movie was that this character loved the fact that every time he went out, he was rolling the dice between life and death with being the unknown, the mystery. So that was his love, was facing this mystery every time, right? This is where he found his passion, right? So anyone out there, if you're listening to this and you're just getting bored with your routines, right? Oh, life is such a routine, right? We get up, go to work, right? No, find something in this reality that you fall in love with, right? Seek ye first the kingdom, if you can, right? The consciousness of God. But if not, anything else that sparks your light. This is what we're here for, I think. So yeah, many movies speak to us in many different ways, and I just thought it was interesting, right? So this is, the more and more I get into truth, the more I uncover these mysteries. It's like, wow, the more like the mind of a child that I get, the more excitement and joy that I feel, the stronger my center is, right? Because that's your center, right? The consciousness of source, of knowing that all is connected, all is one, all is itself, right? This is the kingdom of heaven. It's beautiful. You're beautiful, and I'm sweating like a pig. Anyways, whew, I just got a new phone with a new camera, so hopefully I'll be able to do a little longer videos. I apologize for my shorter videos. This was only because I didn't have a mic on my phone. But I love you guys. I hope y'all found this entertaining. I hope y'all got something out of this. Just be aware of everything around you. Source is constantly trying to speak to you the only way it can, right? Through events, through other people, through YouTube videos like this, right? Through movies, through your kids, your parents. It's all source mirroring back to yourself what you need to let go, or what you need to do, or what you need to it's all lessons. Love you guys. Do it with me, ready?